Alright guys, Kenny here, Ken Small Engines. We are on the way to a customer of mine about 3 miles from my house, 3-4 miles, who has a John Deere L-110 tractor. And she said the deck belt got all smoked up or whatever, twisted up, broke off, whatever. So we have to change it. And those L-110s take a GY 20072 John Deere belt. She went to Home Depot, picked the belt up, and she did that last week, but it was about 100 degrees out. And I told her when the weather subsides and gets a little better, I'd be over to change it. Well, today, we've had some pretty good weather. It's now Tuesday. We had 90s and close to 100 degree weather for a week now. And today was nice. It was in the 70s, low 80s. It was actually a very beautiful day. So I told her I'd be over after work. So I get out of work around 4:45. It's now about 4:45. Told her I'd be there by 5. And one thing I had to do, though, was say, all right, what do you need for a John Deere L-110 deck belt replacement? And I know you need a pair of pliers to pull off the hitch pins that hold the deck on. You need that, that's for sure. I said you also need some type of a socket to take off or at least loosen the idler pulleys, because the idler pulleys themselves have guides on them, belt guides, and you can't get the belt on or the old belt off without these guides being at least loosened. So not knowing right off the top of my head what that size was, I went online and typed in John Deere L-110 belt replacement. And who was to come up? My good friends at Johnson Small Engines. Okay, he's the guy that was born with only one hand. Real nice guy, great videos. Check him out, Johnson Small Engines. And I went through his video real quick, and basically he says right in the beginning of his video, you know, you need a pair of like needle nose pliers, a 10mm socket for the covers, the belt covers, and a 15mm socket for the idlers. And I said, perfect. So I got home today and I said, okay, let me get my stuff together. So I did. I got together a 10mm socket and extension to go on my impact. I got together another impact gun with a 15mm deep well socket. I got that going. I have a pair of needle nose pliers, so I should be good to go. So we're heading there now, like I said, about 3 to 4 miles away from my house, not too far. We're going to get there, then I'll set up, and we'll see how long this thing takes. I'll be with you shortly. Well, I figure while I got you on, please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel out. I do have an Amazon wish list that I put on there, but you know, small things that I use around the shop, help out with the videos. Every little bit helps. Hope you enjoy it. Like I said, this lady's been a customer of mine for, oh gosh, probably going on 10 years. Both of her sons are police officers, so always enjoy helping the men in blue and their families. So I'm in a little bit of traffic here, so I'll stop you and I will resume when I'm at her house. We're almost there. I just wanted to remind people, when you do work on the road like this, you want to make sure you're absolutely sure of what you're going to need for the job. It takes just as much time to pull out the wrong tools as it does the right tools. And I tell you, you really don't want to drive a distance, especially if it's more than a few miles, just to get somewhere and you determine you don't have the right tools. So like I said, what I did, I went on to Johnson Small Engine, I looked up his L-110 deck belt replace video and figured out what I needed. So that's what's great about YouTube. You can always find out what you need, and the good people that do intense, in-depth videos will tell you the tools you need to do the job, and Johnson did that in his, so I appreciate that from him. So like I said, I'm on my way here. I know what I need. I actually picked out the 4 or 5 things I needed, put them in the back of my truck. I'm on my way. I should be able to get there, get out, get her tractor, bring it in the driveway, get myself a kneeling pad because I don't want to hurt my knee or knees. I'm getting old, so you don't want to destroy your knees. Anyway, we'll put the kneeling pad down. Hopefully the belt will come right off. We'll take that deck off, which requires taking off the hitch pins and the PTO cable. We'll pull that deck out, get the new one on, put it back in, and I hope to be home in about 20 minutes so I can take my wife and my son out to dinner. We're going to hit the diner tonight. I'm a diner guy, love diners, and hopefully we'll have a nice dinner. So I'm about a mile away. We will see in a couple minutes. All right, guys, we've arrived. If you look out the window, there's the shed. That's where the tractor should be. I'm gonna get my tools situated. We'll set up the tripod out there and we'll get cracking. Be right back. All right, here we are. Okay, I figured I'd take advantage instead of the very sunny and hot driveway to do it in a nice shade here, okay? So I'm gonna set you up. Get you going here. All right, very good. We're gonna lower the deck all the way, do that first. Deck is lowered. All right, got all the tools I need right here. Let's see. Oh yeah, that belt is shredded. Take a look, guys. That belt is shredded. It's all shredded. So, all right, let's see. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can put you on the truck and take a shot. Let me see, how can I set you up here? Yeah, maybe this is good doing it this way. Just want to get a good angle for you. Yeah. All right, so first thing we have to do is we have to disconnect the deck from here, and there's 4 hangers, 2 on either side with just hitch pins. So let me get my needle nose pliers and take out the pins. Okay, and sometimes the pins should have washers, like thrust washers behind them. And so you have the hitch pin and a thrust washer. All right, so excuse my back. And I'll show you these real quick so you can see where they are. All right, we've got that one back there, then the other hanger right there. So you take out those pins, it's the same on the other side. So you have a hitch pin here, a hitch pin there, and you have a hitch pin right there holding on the PTO cable. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna take off those pins. I don't know what you saw or you didn't see, but I was showing you the hitch pins. How there's one right there and another one underneath right there. You take off those 2 hitch pins, one on either side, and then there's a hitch pin right here to hold the PTO cable on. Once those are off, and you have the one on the front that holds the deck onto the front, then you can take the deck off. So let me take off the other side real quick. I'll stop you here. I'll take off the pins on the other side, and then we'll slide the deck out. All right, we have all the pins off. The front pin, the 2 here and the 2 on the other side. Now we can pull the deck out. One more adjuster on the other side. Okay. All right, now the deck is free. Now we can pull it out. So what I do is I pull it out slightly and then take out the PTO cable. So pull it out a little bit, take off the clip for the PTO, take off the PTO cable, and then out she comes. Now you can see the PTO spring. Yeah, this belt is mutilated. You see the PTO spring fits right into the hole in the idler for the engage. So you just go down with it, comes right off. Now remember, this cable and the spring go underneath the linkage. Remember that when we put it together, it goes underneath the linkage. So let me get that out of the way, and let's pull this sucker out. All right, let's get this thing out of here. All right. Yeah, this thing's all chewed up, full of grass. All right. There's no belt guard on this side, but there's a belt guard on this side. 10mm nuts holding it on. So let me take that off. We'll set you up over here. All right, 10 millimeter. Nice and cool in a nice cool grass. That's what I like. All right, 10 millimeter. Here's one. There's two. And that belt guard comes off. Oh, one more. Hidden. 3. All right, and this belt guard, if you notice, has impressions, dimples in it. Those dimples act as belt guides to keep the belt in the right position. All right, so now basically the belt is off. I want to show you the belt guards and why I need to take them off. If you notice, that belt guard there, see how close it is? You wouldn't be able to put a new belt in there and take the old belt out. You have to loosen this 15 millimeter nut, lift the pulley out slightly to take the belt out and put the new one in. Same thing here, this belt guard, it's out a little bit, so you still have to loosen that 15 millimeter, loosen it slightly so you can take the belt off. So let me get my 15 millimeter. Let me see where you are over here. Make sure you guys can see, because that's the whole point of this thing. There we go. All right, I have my Milwaukee 1/2 inch, which I love. I absolutely love it. All right, 15 millimeter. Let's see what we got here. Nope, too big. Let's see. Too big. Too small. Too big. Too small. Oh, come on, guys. I hope I have the right socket with me today. I better have the right socket. Don't make me a liar, Kenny Watts. I'm probably missing one socket that I need out of this whole darn kit. Oh, that would kill me if I did. This one here, what is this? It's a little small, but let me see if it'll take it off. A little big, I should say. Ah, okay, that worked. So we're... All right, that worked. It's a little bit big. I think it's a 16 millimeter, but it worked enough to get the belts, or to get the pulley nuts loose. So in this case, let me sit you back up. Come on, camera. Oh, to get a good shot for YouTube. Hold on, come on. All right, now that it's loose, I can lift up this pulley. Ooh. I should be able to tap the pulley off and get it going. Doing it one person is not fun, people. Not fun, one person. All right, we got you, we got you. All right, so I've loosened that nut on there. Come on. Yeah, figures the pulley's on rock hard. Well, the old one snapped off, but I don't know if the new one will. All right. These belt guards over here, that's why you have the 10 millimeter socket. You have to loosen those to take that off. So let me loosen those real quick. I'll be right back. I loosened the 3 belt guards with a 10 millimeter. So now I can take the belt right out. All right, so now the belt comes right off. All right, let me clean this deck off and I'll show you how the new belt goes on. All right, a much better angle here. Okay, the old belt is off. Everything is loose. Let's put the new one on. Whew. It sucks trying to do it one person, people. All right, so it goes back of the belt. Okay. Goes to the back of the belt here. All right. goes around there. All right. Goes around here into the cover. And that's it. That's how it goes. Oh, what do I got here? That's it there. That's it. Okay, V on the inside. Goes around. I lost the camera. Again, people. Trying to do it yourself. Not the funnest. Let's try this again. Oh, I'm having fun, people. All this for a video. All right. All right. So, the belt around the outside, flat against the flat idler, flat against the flat idler, then up with the V on the inside to go against the tractor. All right. Now we can tighten down the pulleys. Okay, pulleys are tight. Now we can tighten down the guards. All right, put the guards close to the pulley. Take off the extension because you get more torque without the extension. And I'll do a final tighten on these. Okay, so the guards are in place. The two idlers are in place. This one here. That's good. Okay, so now we put this cover on. Again with the 10mm. Beautiful night out, high 70s, little breeze in the shade. All right, so we know the belt is on. Yep. A lot of people won't confirm that the belt's on, then they'll put the guards on and they'll smoke the belt and they'll wonder why. Well, you have to make sure the belt is on before you put the belt guards on. All right. Okay, let me tighten these down. One, two, three. Okay, that's done. This adjuster here, you can see this adjuster with the 10mm, it's all the way back, so that means that you're getting the most tension out of your PTO. If you were to put a new PTO cable on, you would push this forward, so you would have that adjustment in the future. All right, here's the old smoked belt. I'm gonna push the deck back in. I'm gonna start to hook everything back up. All right. Oh, fun. All right, let me shut you off for a second. I'll put you back on in a minute. One important thing I wanted to make sure I showed you was when you're putting that spring back on, make sure you do it when the deck is out, because when the deck is pushed all the way in, it's a lot harder to do. So let me put this deck back on, replace the 5 hitch pins and the 5 connecting points, and I'll be right back. All right, a wrap up. We have the PTO cable attached with its hitch pin. We have the rear hanger attached with its hitch pin. The front hanger is attached with its hitch pin. The front connection point is attached with its pin. Go to the other side. We have the rear is attached with its hitch pin. The front mount is attached with its hitch pin. And basically, this is ready to go. So let me raise up the deck. They cut this grass at full height because it's a beautiful lawn. All right, let me get my tools back in my box. I'll start her up for you and hopefully we'll see this thing run. Be right back. All right, truth. All right, everything's going good. Deck is on, blade is on. Let me return it to her in the driveway, and we'll get paid. One thing I want to say to you guys though is I screwed up. I knew that I needed a 15mm socket to take off those idler pulleys, or at least loosen them. And when I went and grabbed my big impact set, it always has a 15mm. It wasn't there. I went to go look and it wasn't there. So even though, like I said, you pick your tools, make sure that the right tools are in the kit. In this case, I forgot the 15mm. I used a 16, it worked. But just, hey, I would screw up too. All right, we'll talk to you later. We got another happy customer here, Linda. Happy customer. She's opening up her driveway. Or garage. She's gonna put the tractor in it. And she also gave me a tip. So I didn't ask that much, and she gave me a $10 tip. Like I said, she's, well past, no, I'm not gonna say well past. She's retirement age. I know her sons. They're both police officers. Great people, great family. So now I helped her out, and she helped me out. She's buying dinner tonight at the diner. So I'm gonna head home, get washed up, take my wife and my son out, and have a good night. All right, guys. I know I did a few screw ups in here. The camera dropped a few times. I had the wrong size socket, stuff like that. But you know what? On the road, that's what happens. You do an on the road repair. You think you got all the right tools. You're missing one. Hopefully you have one to back it up. That'll work, and I did. But things like the camera falling down, this and that. When it's just one person, people say, hey, YouTube is easy. It's not easy. One person doing the videos on your own, and you want to do the work, and you want to be safe, and you want to do it right. You got to be careful. You got to be safe. Always do safety. And, in this case, literally probably a 5-minute job if I was at home with all the tools right there. 15, 20-minute job here because I was taking time. I was videoing and all that. What does my clock say? Yeah, 20 minutes. Took me 20 minutes. So it wasn't too bad. But I hope it helped you. And if it did, hit the like, hit the subscribe. You see my wish list down there. If you want to buy me a pair of pliers or something, hey, go for it. I hope you enjoyed it. All right. That's On the Road Repair with Ken Small Engines. 3-4 miles away. I made enough to take the family out to dinner tonight. So you know what? We're going to the diner. I'm going to have a nice, probably cheeseburger and fries because, I never really have that at home anymore. So hot and sweaty. It's about 80 degrees out. Did it in the shade, did it in the grass because it's very comfortable. And hey, like I said, hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you soon. Hey, I hope you can hear me over the air conditioning. One thing I wanted to add to this was to make it easier for the customer. She didn't have any garbage cans outside. So basically what I did was I took the old belt and I took the new belt cardboard sheath. So she has no cleanup, all right? So this way she comes out, she cuts the grass, she's done, I'm done, and she appreciates it. Gave me a $10 tip. So clean up after yourself and the customer will appreciate it. All right, guys, talk to you soon.
Oh, we have to smile?
Yeah, now you got to smile. All right, we got Mrs. Potty Mouth, we got Jessica, we got Nick. So tonight we're going to dinner. Thanks to my friend Linda, who just paid me to do her deck belt. So say thanks, Linda.
Thanks, Linda.
All right, we'll catch you later. All right, guys, it's the next day and we're back. The customer claimed that the belt fell off. And I suspected something, and I think I was right. If you notice, look at the gap from this guard to the pulley. That belt can go in and out freely. And when you put the deck low, that's what happens, okay? So I'm gonna take off this pulley. I'm gonna bend that back to where it's supposed to be, and hopefully that'll solve it. All right, be back with you in a minute. Okay, you can see I bent it to be nice and close to the pulley, just like this one is. So now when this thing is on and that is engaged, it is not going to fall out, okay? And I think that's what the whole problem was. The belt wasn't spun at all, everything is good, but these are the things, guys, callbacks and all that stuff. Like I said, 5-minute fix here, but make sure that your belt guides are tight to the pulleys so that they don't allow the belt to slip off. All right, that's it. That's hopefully this one. I won't hear from her for a while, hopefully, but that's it for now, guys. We will talk to you soon.